like in the morning and you're still in the living room on the sofa and you're like, what am I doing here? And then there's shopping channels on the TV. I've seen they've got like this kind of blue hue thing where it just kind of shows some blue flickering light in your house to make it look like somebody's watching TV. So they're selling that to people as well.
But where's that coming from?
Where's
the TV? No, where
exactly, where's it coming from? I don't know. I think it's its own device.
Right, it's just a little light
that will take less power than TV. I don't think they're expecting you to be able to control what time your TV comes on, but this device will just come on like in the evening. You just leave it while you're not there, so that at least they think the place is occupied and no one tries to kick it in, or tries to kick in your doors, I should say.
Well, and you're going to leave it in your house while you go away?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, basically.
Again, fire hazard.
Yeah, mate, loads of things are fire hazards. I don't know. Do you like turn off all the electronics when you go away on holiday?
Oh, you know what? My wife does that, and it really annoys me because I'll be recording something, innit, on the planner, and I'm really looking forward to watching the big fight, and then I'm like, what? Oh, what?
All the good things that I missed while I was out of the country, I'm never going to see now.
To be honest, she's done it once and then never again. How devastated I was. I didn't talk about the holiday once.
Yeah.
She talked about all the big fights I've missed.
Jokes. Well, yeah, that's it. See, I don't. As it came out of my mouth, I was like, well, you probably should. But yeah, I don't turn off all my electronics. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I will turn off other stuff, but not the TV. Not the Skybox or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I was just thinking about all of those things, about ways to make people think. Actually, what about Home Alone, mate? Do you remember in Home Alone when that was like top of the range technology, that the lights came on at a certain time to trick the burglars?
No, but he was in the room.
No, he did his own thing to make there seem like there was a party. But before the families left, do you remember the robbers were dressed up as police? And they came to check, and then they figured out that everybody had a certain time that the lights in their house were going to flick on. And then him and Marv are in the van, and he's like, okay, look at the McAllisters. Theirs are going to come on right now. And then it was like, and then if you look over there at the Paulies, they will come on now. You don't remember that?
No, man.
Hey, I remember that movie scene for scene.
Yeah, apparently so, yeah.
Anyway, so I mean, that was like a thing. People wanted stuff to make burglars think that they were in the house when they weren't. And then Kevin just took it to a whole new level. Legendary. What a guy.
What a guy, man. You filthy animal.
But, mate, like, so people were so aware of it back then. And I think slowly that's eroded. Like, with social media, like, just one of the dangers of social media is that you don't get up on Facebook and say, everyone, I'm going to be out of town for, like, the next 7 weeks. We're going on this holiday.
Yeah.
Because, mate, burglars can just prowl around on social media. Even people who are, like, tangentially in your circle, like a contact of a contact of a contact.
Yeah, friend of a friend, yeah.
You've got your address on Facebook for whatever reason, or they've been to a party at your house before, and then you tell them no one's going to be in my house for the next 5 weeks. You're kind of putting yourself at risk.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, there was loads of advice, like, don't advertise that you're on holiday, don't put your address or, like, landmarks that make it easily identifiable, as in don't take pictures outside of your house with your house number and your street name.
Yeah.
And then tell everyone you're away.
I do remember like when we'd leave on holiday, because we'd always get like really early flights.
Yeah.
And then like we'd have to be really quiet leaving the house just in case our neighbours are burglars. And and then because like when you roll your suitcase, it makes a lot of noise, isn't it? Especially like in an estate. So you like have to.
No point announcing to everyone, we're not going to be here for ages.
Exactly, yeah. So you had to carry your massive suitcase until you get to the taxi. But yeah, I remember just that. But apart from that, I guess because we were in a flat, so it's a bit more safer than a house, isn't it? Yeah,
mate. For some reason, like you just said about your neighbours being burglars, it just like brought some deep buried memory back to my head. Like I got in trouble one time. No, mate. I was the one.
Oh, right.
It was summer holiday or something, and we were playing it out. And like one of the guys on the estate, he's got a bike. And I was like, yeah, where's your bike? He's like, oh, I left it indoors today. I was like, no, go and get your bike. Let's play on the bike. Let's ride around. And he's like,
just turning up with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's like my mum's like gone. Like I don't know, she'd gone to work or she wasn't around. She'd gone shopping or whatever, and the bike's in the house. And I'm like, okay, I've got a plan. And like there was this little window pane above like his front door. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's an old school door, a little window pane. And I was like, why don't you just climb in there and then you can get it? And like, maybe I was more adventurous as a youngster because I would climb anything, mate. Basically, long story short, I climbed in and we got the bike and we just went out to play for like the morning or whatever. And I don't know how words got back to my dad, but either a neighbor had seen me climbing in and thought I was robbing the place, or his mum was angry and she told him not to bring out your bike and to get me the bikes out, and he had to explain how it got out or something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I just remember getting in like massive trouble for that, and my dad just shied at me going, they're all going to think you're a burglar. They're all going to be scared that you're going to climb into their house. All of this kind of stuff. Yeah. I just remember that vividly now because of my dad saying, you don't want your neighbours to think you're a burglar. And then you just said exactly the same trigger phrase right now.
Oh, right. Sorry, mate.
Exactly.
Bringing up some...
Exactly. I'll deal with the trauma later on, mate. I've got a bottle waiting for me over there. That's how I'll solve it.
Right. You're currently lying on a couch, are you?
Yeah, innit? I was going to say, social media, you don't want it to... Well, you kind of had to be trained on what you say on social media. People just used to say everything and anything. And it was about calm down. You don't need to tell people you're going on a holiday. You don't need to tell them you've got all this expensive stuff in your house and all of that. Kind of be sensible and protect yourself. Do you remember when people used to like do like a Facebook invite to a party and the party would get out of hand because the invite got sent on to other people and extra people, and then before you know it, you got like 600 people trying to party away in a 3-bedroom flat.
Yeah.
It's just about you got to be careful online. Mate, where am I going with all of this? There's a new thing. It's not that new, actually, but have you heard of swatting?
Swatting?
Yeah.
No.
Swatting. All right. Swatting is when...
Are you saying swatting or squatting?
Swatting.
Okay, no.
Like when you try and hit a fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Swatting is when somebody is... Actually, this is just a new version of swatting. When somebody's online, like streaming or something like this, on some sort of streaming platform, they're going live, people are watching them, and then all of a sudden, police turn up at their house and raid the house. What's basically happening is that one of the viewers is calling in either like a kidnapping incident, a shooting, anything. They're calling in something that's going to need the SWAT team to respond. And basically, they do it all while we're watching this person live. So they'll kick in the door and start like gripsing people up and handcuffing people, all while the live show is still going on. So it's like a form of an extreme prank. It's like a dickhead kind of prank. Do you get what I mean?
Right. So they've called the SWAT team to the guy who's streaming the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's been a big thing, and it's got quite
really.
Yeah, it's got quite.
So what kind of things are they doing at the same time at this time? Then just like
I'm talking about streamers who are like maybe streaming a game that they're playing.
Yeah.
Or that they're on Twitch how they stream all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or it could even just be YouTube where they're like streaming themselves walking around and whatever. All of these live things.
That's mad. That's a thing then.
Hey, that is mad. But also, you've kind of made it obvious exactly where you are at an exact point, and we can like do something devious to you. It's why I feel like it's kind of connected to being careful on social media and not letting people know that you're vulnerable.
That's proper like spiteful, isn't it? Like someone's like telling you how to cook a Bakewell tart, whatever, and then you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna call the police on you.
Exactly.
I don't like the way you've mixed that dough in.
Exactly. You needed one more fold on that pastry, and you didn't do it.
Exactly. You know what? You're getting swatted.
Exactly, mate.
What a waste of police time as well.
Mate, it's a whole thing. Don't forget that the person who's streaming has like no idea, and like you'll hear like a knock on the door, and like you'll hear their parents opening the door or something, and then you'll hear some shouting. You'll see the confused look on their face, and then armed police just storm into the room. Do you know what I mean? And how do you explain that away?
And I'm guessing the person who's doing it, he's told other people that's going to happen, is he?
Well, not necessarily.
Or is it just for his entertainment, just like one person's entertainment?
Obviously, it's a live stream, which is being recorded. They usually are. So then that footage is available elsewhere. And I think after the fact, that they might say, oh, yeah, look what I did to this guy. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, that's after the fact they'll do that. But it's not like they tell the whole chat room, we're about to swat him. Do you get what? Because that kind of puts up the game, isn't it? But yeah, look, the pranksters or these these devious pranksters have come a long way. It used to be like they'll just order like 50 pizzas to your house because you cuss their mum. They're like this.
That is quite a good retort to someone cussing your mum.
Yeah, but now it's a thing of like you killed me on Call of Duty, so now and you advertise it to the whole world because you've got it on your stream. And you were making fun of me while you killed me, so now I'm going to send the SWAT team to your house.
Kids got all these SWAT numbers, by the way.
Nah, they don't ask the SWAT team, can you come round and see me?
No, I know, but like, as in, how are they going to call, like...
Mate, they just call the local police where that person lives.
Yeah.
And sometimes they claim to be that person. Like one of them, he said, I've just killed my dad. He's not breathing. I think he might be dead. And I've told my mum and my little brother to hide in the closet because I'm trying to think about what to do next. It's like, all right, and I've doused the whole house in petrol, and I'm really thinking about maybe.
Is this an actual case?
This is an actual case. That's almost word for word what the guy said. Mate, this is because the guy had beat him on Call of Duty. No, they were on the same team in Call of Duty, and he killed him. So it was quite irritating. But then he said, "Look, I'm going to swat you."
How old was this kid?
I think the guy, I'm going to tell you about someone who gets prosecuted. He was like 19. No. He was 20. He was a 20-year-old.
Imagine doing all of that when you're 20.
Mate, so, exactly. Mate, let me tell you the story. So he says, all right, do your worst. And he gives them an address. Like, would you give your real address if you were telling someone to do your worst? He gave a fake address.
Right.
The guy did it anyway. He called the police. He told them all of that stuff I just said. And then the SWAT team turned up to that fake address. They started to surround the place. The guy who lived there stepped out to see like what all the commotion was. Mate, they shot him.
What? Where's this in America?
This is in America. Yeah, they shot him dead, mate. They shot him dead.
Wow.
So, it weren't even the right address. It was a fake phone call, not even involved, and this is what happened.
And then I'm guessing that guy got caught for it then.
Which guy?
Made a call.
Yeah, his name is Tyler Barris.
Wow.
He was 25, mate. 25, so I don't think that makes it any better.
25?
Yeah. And he got 20 to 25 years for the crime that he committed. But, mate, the wickedest thing is he wasn't even the one who was part of the game. There was another guy who was the one who got killed or whatever and was angry at the other player. And then he told his mate, Tyler, and said, Tyler, swat him for me, because he knew that Tyler does this kind of stuff.
So hopefully he got done as well.
He got done as well. I was searching for that. A lot of stories I saw didn't mention it. But apparently he only got 15 months.
What? It was his idea. I guess he didn't know to the extent that was going to...
Exactly. Yeah. He got 15 months. Tyler got 20 to 25 years. But what about the guy who gave out the false address, mate? Do you think he should get anything?
Yeah, because it was his address, isn't it? It was a specific address.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knew it was a real address or not, but you were the one who furnished these people with that address.
If he knew the address, then I'd say, yeah, he needs to get punished as well.
Yeah.
Because then he knew whatever was coming.
Exactly.
Was going to be to that. you know, obviously not to that extent, but
yeah,
he knew it was something horrible.
I was searching as